Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News. Today's June the 6th, 2021. We're going to give you all a price prediction for DraftKings. Yes, we're going to answer the question, is it time to pull the plug in this stock? Should you sell it or should you grab more of this particular stock because price is anticipated to go higher? And we're going to talk to you in a way that's not confusing. We're not going to give you a confusing price chart neither because it only gives you more confusion. And we're not about that. So if you want to join us, if you want to be part of our community, you're more than welcome. We're looking for more individuals who wants to call the markets without being confused. We're here to show you that you don't have to be a technical analyst expert or try to have some expensive trading software just to see where market is going to go. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe here to the channel and become part of our community. So let's break down our last price prediction real quick in DraftKings. You guys can see it was on May the 7th. 2021. It is in our DraftKings playlist. This is one way for us to be fully reliable and transparent with each and every one of our community followers. We give you our predictions, and you can even go back and watch the other videos to ensure that we are actually doing what we're telling you of what we're expecting the market to do, right? So here it is. We played the weakness in DraftKings back here on May the 7th. The market on May the 11th came and hit an ultimate TP price, right? It even exceeded it right here on May the 13th. That's where the low came in DraftKings. So it's about 19, almost 20% movement to the downside from then. So we got our profit out the market, 12.33% right there. That's done. That is over. We cannot dwell on the past. We need to always look forward into the future for the stocks. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Okay, so one thing you can already tell is what? Tell me, what do you already notice into the market in DraftKings? Exactly. This market is testing the descending line that we have drawn on our chart. We're seeing that already. So if anything, our mind needs to be under the premise that DraftKings, if it's still weak, it will reject that descending line and go back down. We need to see that. And if we don't, then we understand that the market is highly likely to go higher in price. Okay. So we're going to need to look at this line as we go through these other time frames. So let's break through these time frames real quick. So real quick, let's look at this on a 3-day time frame. And as you all can tell, the market in DraftKings did give us some weakness on this 3-day price bar. We saw that, and the weakness still came through on this last completed 3-day price bar, but we didn't necessarily fall, right? We didn't see that. 2-day time frame, take a look what happened on the 2-day. So even though the market is trying to sell here on this ascending line, the market is not reacting that way. That is a very positive sign to see in this space. Excellent, because it lets us know that the buyers are stepping into the market in DraftKings. This is the 5-day time frame. So now, are we breaking that descending line? Is the market reacting negatively to this descending line in DraftKings right now? Two-week time frame, take a look at that. So what would be your expectations to see into the market in DraftKings? Are we going to continue to see this price go lower, or are we going to see this market price go higher? Now, this doesn't mean that the market in DraftKings is going to shoot all the way back up to 76. No, I'm not telling you that. But we can still see price increase to where we can profit from it, right? So how are we looking in DraftKings on a monthly time frame? Because take a look at last month. Last month, we saw a decent amount of volume. I mean, we saw more volume than what we had during the month of April, but it's about the same as what we've seen in March. And the spread is about the same as well. But we've seen the market in DraftKings for the month of May close towards the middle of the bar. So what we're getting is a probable precursor of strength, meaning that for this month of June, we need to see DraftKings close above this previous close from the month of May. If we don't, then the last 2 or 3 months of weakness is still on the table, right? So keep that in mind as we see the market in DraftKings trade throughout the month of June. If we are not breaking or closing price above this previous close in May, we already know what's up. We're not going to be caught off guard. But so far, when you transition the time frames to smaller time frames, we're still seeing the market in DraftKings hinting that it wants to go higher in price, right? So let's play that. Let's expect the market in DraftKings to go higher in price. Now, what we need to determine is, okay, where would we expect to see the induction of new sellers to try to push down the price in DraftKings? That is something that we need to expect. And looking at this on different time frames, we have about 2 areas that we can see more selling appear into DraftKings. The first one is right there around $53.60. That's the first area. So that's around $53.60. That's about 6.5% profitability, right? If we expect the market in DraftKings to find more sellers there at $53.60, then we need to get in position and take the profit there, right? At least skim off a little bit, because we are already predicting that we can see sellers there. Now, there's a bigger area of restriction around 56 though. So ultimately, I'm going to expect the price to try to hit 56 before we see more selling appear and try to push down the value of this particular stock, right? And our support area will now be here, which is around $44. So we're going to continue to play some strength into the market in DraftKings, but we're going to be more realistic in how high we think the price is going to go so we can grab the profits and dominate this market. So we got around $53.50 to 60 cents. Around that area will be first, all the way up there to around 56. Okay, so even if the market is able to tag out around 56, that gives us around 11% profitability into the market. And once that occurs, we leave out the store with our profits and move on to the next play, right? So this is what we're seeing. This is how we're going to play the market in DraftKings. So let me bring this in closer. It's about right. And now we just sit back and let the market trade, right? We just sit back and let the trap handle its business, and we come through every once in a while and see how the market is going. And if we need to adjust it, we will. If we don't, we let the market ride. And that's how easy this is. So now, your turn. Drop the comment in the comment section. Let me know, where do you think DraftKings is going to go, right? You need to do this for yourself. You need to understand when to get in and when to get out, and not be dependent on any other YouTubers in the space, not even ourselves. You need to do this for yourself, and this is your opportunity. You know, call the market right alongside with us. You could drop us a comment, tell us, what do you all think? If you see something totally different, that's fine too, but you need to get in position. So let us know. Make sure you maintain a profitability, and as always, trade different.